packed Monday. We are wrapping it up right here. It is May 25th. Couldn't remember if it was 25th or 26th, but it is in fact the 25th of May in 2026. Today was a really busy, strong, awesome, full day are some words that I would use to describe this Monday. Woke up at 3:30, well, a little bit earlier than 3:30. Ended up putting my timestamp on the story right here at 3:30. Sat down to the computer and finished up some scripts that we were writing for a client that were about as urgent as it gets. I was out to dinner last night, like I had mentioned, and while I was at dinner, I'm seeing my phone at 7:30 that we got new script ideas in for this client that I'm filming with at 6:30 a.m. the next day. So 11 hours until film session, including sleeping, was the timeline to get these scripts in. And I'm proud of myself for getting I'd give it a B+ product out in that short of time, considering that there was 11 hours from when I had seen the scripts or seen the ideas that needed scripts to when we were actually filming them. Yes, that means the film session was at 6:30 a.m. today. So we ended up doing 3:30 to 4:45 was scripting and send out notifications to team to remind them of the call today. And then went out for a run, which was just quick 3 miles, easy. It was 1.5 miles out. And then we do on the Monday runs, it's build paces, 20 seconds of build pace, which for me today I think was 6:20 for 20 seconds, and then slow for 40 seconds, on for 20 seconds, slow for 40 seconds. That's 4 sets. Got back from that, took a quick shower, answered my messages, had a quick bite, second coffee, and then got ready to head out because we had the film session at 6:30. So I was fully up and at 'em by 6:30. So it wasn't a early feeling start. It was I've been up for 3 hours, I've gotten a bunch done, gotten a workout in, etc. So ended up filming from 6:30 to 8, drove back up here, and then hosted our first State of the Union call with our teams. The State of the Union's the quarterly call that we host through EOS. On Mondays, we have our L10 meeting that we do with our leadership team, and then every quarter we'll do a State of the Union call where we'll go over just our values, our vision, our rocks, what's happening for the quarter, and bring the entire team together. So it was really cool to see everybody on the call. We had 20 people show up. It was really cool seeing everybody all there. And some of the people either will just talk to me or just talk to 1 or 2 people inside of the company. So it's cool to see oh, this is actually a real organization that everybody is a part of. And I got some cool messages today from some folks who were on the call, and it was their first one. So I got to shout them out on the call, say, hey, welcome new sharks, etc. So it was really cool building that culture. And speaking of culture, I had a conversation with my EOS coach this morning when I was on the drive over to the client that we were filming with here in Scottsdale. And I asked him what the policy was on changing one of our core values, because one of our values is figure it out, or was figure it out. And I was that sounds kind of brash, figure it out. And instead I wanted to change it to be an asset. So instead of being a liability, someone who's not willing to figure it out and just going to be asking stupid questions all the time, being a liability, instead we want to be an asset. So I gave the example of as an editor, if a client asks for an obscure font, you can either text everybody on the team asking them what the font is when none of us know what the font is, or you could research for 20-30 minutes, find the font, and then share the font with everybody on the team so that it's easier for everybody else. That's being an asset and not being a liability. So we changed the value from figure it out to be an asset. And immediately I was having one-on-ones later in the day with some of my team members, and one of the ladies who works for us, she's a researcher, and she's hey, I'm going to take off in July. I'm going to on vacation with my family, and I want to make sure that we get ahead on all of the work, so I'm not being a liability. And I was okay, this is lingo that's able to catch on. So we need to have lingo similar to how EOS has lingo, L10, rocks, etc. We have our lingo that can scale across the company. So being an asset. So then we can shout people out on the call that are hey, this person's being an asset, way to be an asset, or shout them out in Slack, hey, way to be an asset. Or someone does something that's asset behavior, you can just drop hashtag asset right under their message. So that's what we had. And then basically the definition that Dan, my EOS coach, gave about core values, basically core values is just describing the personality type of the ideal person that you want working for you. I was like, okay. So it's just like, this is the person that we want to work for us, is already these things. Like, you can't really like teach these, like, are they a fit on these values? And the team, like, I was just looking at everybody who was on the call, and I was like, wow, we've built a really incredible team. I got some awesome messages today, people saying like, hey, this is incredible environment that you've built. And I was like, that we've built, bro. Like, come on, this is really, really cool, because we've gone through the fire and plan on going through it even more. So anyway, that was the State of the Union. Then after that, I took some one-on-ones with team members to go over our new post-production manager potential hire. So we put them through the ringer, dude. It was like, they did a huge hiring process with the recruiter to then get to the interview with me, where I grilled him on the interview, asked him to jump on for 2.5 hours on Saturday, jumps on for 2.5 hours on Saturday, then calls 3 of our team members on Sunday, Monday, and then I get the report from our team members, and everyone said the dude was a good guy. So we're bringing him on board. We extended him an offer. His first day is Wednesday. So super pumped about that. After that, we did our L10 meeting, which we solved a bunch of problems. Was a good meeting. After that, did some more team one-on-ones. Then I started triage my inbox, so handled all of like the to-dos that were in there. And then afterwards, started recording a bunch of looms for our post-production manager after we sent him the offer of like, hey, this is how the process works. This is me doing your job today. Here's how I'm doing it. This is how I'm thinking through things, etc. So that was from 1:30 to 3:15 to 3:30. I set up the cameras over there for the social media school call, which I've been recording all of those off of 2 phones, as well as, of course, the Zoom, because that's going to be one of the pieces of content that we start putting out on a daily basis. Will be from calls like that, just like free content that we'll put out on Instagram, because we're going to be getting back into that, which will be exciting. And then 3:30, I had a call with my relationship coach, just giving him a debrief of like how things had gone last night, what to potentially do going forward, just give a little debrief. I was telling my EA on the call after we had our social media school call, I was like, life philosophy is just recognize where we don't have the answer. Find someone who has the answer. Get the answer from them. Execute on the answer. So I had done that in this situation as well. We do it with our EA meetings. Like, I don't know how to run an EA like daily call. I don't know the proper way to do it. Let's just find someone who knows and get the answer from them. But it's like, if cheating on tests were okay in college and high school, it's just like, well, the guy next to me's got the answer. Is it not part of the game just to make friends with that guy and get the fucking answer? I would say that is the game. And make friends can mean multiple things. It could be actually making friends, could be paying the person. Like, I think that's kind of how the world works, but in my viewpoint, of course. But anyways, after that call, we had our social media school call, debrief with my EA, one more call, and then answered my messages. Did some to-dos. Now it's 8:17. Oh, no, bro. I'm out. So I'm going to go to sleep right now after uploading this. Get back after it again tomorrow, and I will let you know how it goes, and I'll see you there. Peace.